everyone. Thanks for joining us here on another clip at YRLA. I am your host, Eynelys Garcia, with the other host, of course, that we've got here every week, Chris Rod.
Hello, buddy.
So today we're going to be talking to you guys about a couple of things. And the first topic on our list is the incredibly cringeworthy interview that Nancy Pelosi had with Wolf Blitzer. So first, I just want to tell you guys my reaction right off the top. The first thing that I noticed was that as Wolf was asking her questions about pandemic relief, about the stimulus, and talking to her about Americans that are dying and starving on the streets, if you watch the video, she is smiling while he is saying all of that. I don't know if you guys have ever come across somebody that just has the wrong facial expression for the situation, but it was just really creepy for her to be smiling throughout these terrible things that he was saying that are going on in our country. I just didn't think that was appropriate. But, you know, maybe that's nitpicking. So I got further into the interview, and it was an absolute disaster. I mean, for what felt like the first time ever, Wolf Blitzer was actually holding her accountable, was actually asking her questions as far as not only a stimulus bill, but a stimulus check. Because as we've seen, Nancy Pelosi is all too comfortable to turn down the deal that the Republicans have sent to her just because she doesn't want Donald Trump's name on the check. So look, I think that the correct thing to do would have been for her to accept the 1.8 billion stimulus, which has already been stated was more than the Obama stimulus ever was. Way more, right? And then put that back in the Republicans' court. Call their bluff. If they say they're willing to give you this, then go, oh, okay, sure. And then if they go back on it, they messed up. Now it's on them. But instead, she's not actually interested in making a deal. She's not actually interested in getting any kind of stimulus through. The only thing that she cares about is making sure that Donald Trump doesn't get the quote unquote win of sending out a check right before the election, which to me is monstrous. The fact that you are willing to deny people help in this crisis, when we've learned that since May, over 8 million Americans have slipped into poverty. And I want you guys to really think about those numbers, because that is insane for that to happen in just a few months. So, Chris, what do you think about the situation? I personally think that this is not the time for us to be playing politics with American lives.
Yeah, well, thanks, Eynelys. I completely agree with what you said. And to even think about it, when she talks about representing the constituents for 20 years, really, so what have you done for us in 20 years? And just exactly what you said, like, these are the people. She is basically, her and Chuck Schumer and now Joe Biden are the leads here, right? They're the heads, the three-headed dragon of sorts of this, like, you know, weak, feckless Democratic Party that hasn't done much for us. And here she's going saying that, oh, I represent my constituents. Okay, cool. Now, this is the thing I want people to think about, especially, you know, people that are here just watching this video that don't know anything else, you know, or aren't really paying much attention, is then who is her constituency, really? And I know that her constituency are the donors, the top class donors, the people that have made her all those hundreds of millions of dollars that she has. And so the rest of it's BS from the same people that lost the election to Donald Trump in 2016. This is now their plan to say, let's cut back money so that way Donald Trump's signature isn't on it. First off, I don't even think his signature is on it. It's from the Treasury. I get it that it's like hypothetically, you know, it's a thing that he can claim, sure, but no, you're absolutely right. They should put the blame on the Democrats. I mean, on the Republicans. Hey, they're the same, so I was a Freudian slip there. But yeah, you're right. People need it. People are going out in the street. People are becoming homeless. What else are we supposed to do when the people have no other option to make money? They're the ones creating the order for us. So gosh darn it, you got to give us the money that, you know, that we deserve. And I say that because they were totally fine in the first one to give all that money to the large corporations. But then, you know, and you know, really, she says to Wolf Blitzer, she goes and says to him, "Oh, why don't you say this to the Republicans? Why not the Republicans accept ours?" Well, because they have a majority. Honestly, they have the Senate. They have two of the three branches. They have the executive branch and they have the Senate. So you kind of have to work with these monsters of sorts. But she's just proving to us right now, with everything that you stated there, that she is one of the monsters and she's just trying to deflect. That's all it really comes down to. So it makes me think, and I want the people to realize that that she is taking the same orders as those from the Senate, as the Republicans from the Senate. We've heard from a recent interview Bernie Sanders on TYT, where he said, look, the only reason why Mitch McConnell, or one of the reasons why Mitch McConnell is not going to sign this is because there's about 20 different Republicans in the Senate that will not do it, will not sign the relief. And if he signs the relief, it's going to make him look weak and him look bad. So once again, these people do not, if you're a Republican too, and let's say that you voted for, or that you're in favor of Mitch McConnell, you voted for Trump, whatever. In this case, you got to realize they're holding back your money. Meanwhile, they're looking for ways to continue to help out the ruling class. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and one of the things that I found funniest was she totally went Trump on Wolf Blitzer. It almost seemed like she was so indignant. Like that, how dare you ask me questions? Right. How dare you question me? I mean, it was something else to watch. Right. And one of the lines that pissed me off the most was towards the end, after Wolf has been asking all these questions and she's clearly irritated with him because how dare a journalist ask questions? Right. And then she said, "Thank you for your sensitivity to the needs of our constituents." Ugh. Says it in such a passive-aggressive way. Yeah. Like she's clearly being sarcastic. And this is the woman how dare she? How fucking dare she? Yeah, we are sensitive to their needs. As Wolf Blitzer said, who I'm not a fan of, but he was right on this. Mm-hmm. I am sensitive to their needs because I see them on the street begging for food, begging for money, starving, dying. And she says that like it's a shot at him, like she's somehow attacking him, and by saying that he actually cares about what is going on and what he's seeing on our streets. What is her problem? I'll tell you what her problem is. Her problem is that she's corrupt. She's a monster. She's a criminal, a war criminal. Because let's keep in mind that under the Obama administration, we committed torture, a war crime, which she was made aware of and said nothing. Okay, so she is a corrupt, monstrous war criminal. And this little theatric performance is why conservatives don't take liberals seriously, because it is so clear that she's lying, that she's full of shit, that she doesn't care, that all she cares about is her presence in front of the camera and whether she's lauded as a god or not, right? If she's voted upon and she's like, "Oh, you're so amazing," then she's happy. But as soon as you ask any questions about her actually doing her goddamn job that we pay her to do, she turns into a goddamn monster. And you can see it because she doesn't want to answer the questions. It's just corruption at a high level.
Yeah, right. You're absolutely right. Because if you think about it, if she's saying that I'm representing constituents, well, hold on. But Wolf Blitzer, he's trying to tell you what your constituents are going through, and not just your constituents, because she's here, in California, but throughout, the U.S. I think Wolf Blitzer's in New York, and you're right. You rightly mentioned that he said that later on about how, I see these people begging in the street. In other words, things are getting dire, and they're going to start coming after us. We know that desperation is going to be setting in, and people are going to start becoming violent. So yeah, if she really, let's just do like a small check on her. If she's really helping out the constituency, she didn't vote for a lot of progressive priorities and has derided progressive policies like the Green Dream or whatever, that we know that we've heard her say that she will not support the Green New Deal. She does not support universal health care as Medicare for all, when we know that 70% of Californians done just in a poll 3 days ago. I don't have the poll here just yet. It was a public opinion poll from KFF. I'll look into that a little further, but I know that it has always been around 70% of Californians that want it, and she's just totally ignoring it once again. For who? For the ones that pay her campaign. So once again, when it comes to the financial industry, when it comes to insurance industry, when it comes to fossil fuels, we know that she's in favor of fracking, hasn't done anything to stop that. So, hey, so here we have a host that's actually challenging her. Like you said, they're supposed to hold these politicians to power, and normally they don't. So the 1 second that they critique her just a little bit, she went off. You're absolutely right. How crazy. And I'm assuming that the majority of people that watch that, especially here in LA, they probably may not know any better. And that's no knock on the people. That's their job to try to convince you that they're right. But it's our job to let you know what the actual facts are. And, I'm just glad that everybody's watching this video to hear everything that we've stated here. It's crazy.
Yeah, and look, nuts. This is not about letting Republicans off the hook.
Absolutely not.
This is about putting it on them and calling their bluff. And I just want everybody to understand that the reason that Nancy Pelosi is not doing that is because she is your enemy. Anybody who thinks that Nancy Pelosi is on your side has been lied to, because their job is to lie to you. Their job is to make you believe that they're your friend and they're on your side. And then on the back end, all they do is pass legislation to fuck you over. Because what they did back in March was give all this money to corporations because supposedly it was going to trickle down. And now those same corporations have fired people, kept all the money for them and their executives. Unemployment extensions have run out, and we're screwed. And at the end of the day, the only people that got any kind of help were the corporations. Nancy Pelosi is a criminal. She is a crook, and she needs to be removed from office. She became a 100 millionaire while being a politician. Okay? You get that through corruption. That's the only way that you get that. So, look, I'm sorry if you guys are disappointed in these news. We're not Trump fans here. What we are fans of is the truth.
Yeah.
And the truth is that both parties right now are hurting you. Neither party cares about you. And that's exactly why we need to build a major new party to represent us. So, Chris, anything you want to say before we go on this topic?
I mean, that right there could have been an absolutely great ending. Thanks for that landing. But just really quick, from what I have heard, and I haven't done the math myself yet, so just that caveat there. So look into it on your own. But with the money that went through the CARES Act, the money that went to the top multinational corporations who did not need help because, one, they don't pay federal taxes, et cetera. We know that. The people like us citizens of the United States could have received $14,000 each if they didn't have the giveaway to these people who are already fat and healthy and happy and wealthy and all that stuff. Instead, the people that are struggling, they stole our tax dollars, stole it. And you allowed them to by voting these people in. So you're absolutely right. We need to vote them out. That's how we gain on top of this system, or else they're the ones on top of us. I'm sorry. You're right. This does piss me off so much, and we got to change this damn system.
All right, that's it. We'll, as always, we will keep you guys updated on anything that happens with the stimulus. We know that everybody is counting on this. Definitely the people in LA with how expensive everything is here.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi's a garbage person. Hi, everyone. Thanks for stopping by and spending time with us today. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons and support us on Patreon so we can keep bringing you some amazing content. You can also follow us on social media. Links are all below. We'll see you guys next time. And remember, this is your revolution.